have as much. Okay, guys. So with this, now again, like I said, I do feel like what's the matter? Yeah, what's that? Yeah, what is that? Does anybody know what the buzzing noise is? Because it's coming from someone. Do you know what the buzzing noise is? Buzzing noise? Does anybody hear it now? No? Okay. All right. So we're good. Now we're good. Now, again, it was page what? 90? Thank you, sir. 97 and 98. All right. Now let's look up here. So we're allowed to write each fraction as a decimal. All right. So the first thing I want to do is all right, we're going to write a few fractions that I think you should know, but can someone tell me what this fraction bar actually means? What does that fraction bar actually mean? Division. It's just division. It's just a division problem. All right. Now, when you get to higher level math, we don't work in decimals. We work in what? Fractions. All right. But you still have to know how to convert a fraction to a decimal.
What if it's 2.5?
No. But I appreciate that. All right. So basically what this means is you're taking 3 and you're dividing it by 5. That's how you should be doing it. Okay. Well, we're not going to do that. All right. Everybody's going to listen to me for a quick second. And I'm going to write some things that I feel your fractions that you should know. All right. So here are the fractions, in my opinion, that you should know. All right. So everybody's going to write this down. Everybody should know that 1/10 is equal to what decimal? 0.1. Everybody should know that. All right. So here we go. So then if I said 2/10, that would be what? 0.2. But can anybody tell me what 2/10 reduces to? 1/5. Right. Now, if you don't know that, that's okay. That's okay. If you don't know that, that's okay. All right. So 3/10 is the same as what? 0.3. 4/10 would be the same as what? 4/10 would be the same as what? 0.4, but we know 4/10 can be reduced to what? 2/5. Does everybody see the pattern on the tenths? Does everybody agree with that? Now, when we have what? You're not getting what? Well, oh my goodness, guys, I'm right here. I'm trying to help. All right. What you're doing to reduce a fraction, you just divide the numerator and denominator by the same thing. All right. But that's okay not to know it because that's what this chapter is about. All right. This is just something we've covered in the past. All right. Now, anything that has a 5 in it, you should be able to tell me what decimal it is because you can quickly convert it to a tenth. So if I said to you 4/5, everybody should be able to look at that and say, what is that? Decimal. Say it. 0.8. Now, how do we know it was 0.8? Because 4/5 can be converted to 8/10, and we know when we divide by 10, it's just that decimal, 0.8. All right. These are the things you should know. All right. Just like if I said this, can someone tell me what 79/100 is? What decimal is 79/100? Tell me. Yeah, 0.79. If I said to you 123/1000, you should be able to tell me that's just what? Yeah, 0.123. All right. Those are the things that you should already know. All right. Those are the things you should already know. Now, there's other fractions that I want you to know just because you have a good brain. Yes, sir.
How do you know if, like, for the one above 0.79, how do you know if you're going to multiply?
How do I know if I'm going to reduce it, you mean?
Oh, did you start off with 8/10?
No, I start out with 4/5. So I made 4/5 8/10 by multiplying by 2 because I knew 8/10 would give me 0.8. Now, if you're looking at this, 1 second, if you're looking at this going, well, I'd much rather do the division, right? That's totally possible. And that's how you know it's 0.8 if you just do the division. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to do the division, you can. I hated doing division. So I always did everything I could to try to avoid doing the division. So I knew to try to make the fraction out of 10 or to make the fraction out of 100. And then I knew what the decimal was. Yes, ma'am, no.
So you always like when you have like the 400, you always times 2.
Yes, because I want to make it out of 10. So if I take 4/5 and I multiply it by 2 out of 2, that makes it 8 out of 10, which makes it 0.8. Do you agree with that? Now I want to tell you one more thing. I'm going to give you another example. You see if you agree. So if I said 3 out of 5, what do I want to change that to?
Maybe 6 over 10.
And then what's the answer? Yeah, now you understand. That's how easy. Yes, ma'am.
What if it's like not like the number?
Yeah, these are the special cases though. That's why I'm writing them down. All right. So the other special cases I feel like everyone in here should know would be, for example, 1/4. What is 1/4 as a decimal? 0.25, right? It literally means a quarter. That's why they call a quarter, right? If you imagine your money, a quarter is what as written as a decimal. What's a quarter written as a decimal? Right, because I remember if I had a quarter in my pocket, it was worth 25 cents. Now this one is what? 3/4. So if I have 3/4 in my pocket, I have what? 75 cents. Now notice there's people writing this stuff down. And that's what some of you I'm not sure understand. If you're like, oh, I understand this, don't worry, you don't have to write it down. But some of you are struggling a little bit. You're not quite 100% sure. You should be writing these things down. All right. So I want you to know, or I want you to be able to tell me that 3/4 is the same as 0.75. All right. So everybody good with that? Now, I want everybody to look at this. All right. I was able to figure out that 1/8 was 0.125. Right. And that's something I want you to know also. So everybody put down 1/8 equals 0.125. Now, how do I keep that in my memory? What?
So if you divide the 8 by 2, you get 1/4, you go 0.25, and then the 1 above that, you just put the 1 in front of the 5.
No, I thought you were going there, but you're not bad. Right? Watch me. Everybody knows 1/4 is 0.25, right? So everybody agree with that? Well, if I take half of 1/4, if I cut a fourth in half, does everybody agree it's now an 1/8? Right? So if I take 250 and divide it by 2, what's 250 divided by 2? 125. Believe it or not, that's how I knew that. Or I just took half of a fourth, half of 25 cents. 125. Does everybody agree with that? All right, so that's something I'd want you to know. All right, now the next common problem is 3/8. I want everybody to write this one down. 3/8 is equal to 0.375. Then after that, I want you to write 5/8. 5/8 is equal to 0.625. And after 5/8, I want you to write 7/8, which is equal to 0.875. Those are the ones that if you really want to be good at math, you would know. You should be able to tell people that. Now, is that something you have to memorize? No, because watch me. I'm going to go 8, 7. How many times does 8 go into 70? 8 times 64, 6, bring down the 0, 56, 4, bring down the 0, 5. That was just boring to me. I didn't want to do that. Right? I don't like doing division. Right? I'd much rather think about the math mentally and be able to come up with that conclusion on my own. Do you have to do that? Nope, you don't have to do it. Every time you see a fraction, if I say what's the decimal, you can always do what? Divide it out. And we're going to practice doing some division today. All right. Now, Something that is really, really helpful is this. What's 1 divided by 9? All right. Do you know?
What?
What's 1 divided by 9?
Um,
Well, we're going to find out. How many times does 9 go into 10?
once.
Once. So 1/9 is what? Yeah, it's called 0.1 repeating. Yes, ma'am.
Doesn't anything into 9?
Yay, very smart, girl. You're 1 step ahead of me. Let me get there. You're doing great. That was really smart. You should know that. All right, very good. So what is 2/9, guys? Well, let's say we don't know. We're just going to go 9, 2.0. How many times does 9 go into 20? 2. Uh-oh.
Repeat it.
And it's repeating. So 2/9 is the same as
1/9.
0.2 repeating. So now because you're paying attention, someone tell me what 3/9 is. Kelvin, what is 4/9? You are amazing. Now, I want to see someone who's really thinking, probably you, Miss Maggie. Let's see if you're smart. Tell me about this. 26/99. What do you think that is? Shh.
26 repeated.
You are amazing, girl. That's exactly right. I'm impressed. Not many people know that. 26 repeating decimal. Right, that's really cool. If you know those patterns, all right, it'll be super helpful. Now I'm going to do a couple more. All right, so these are the things that make you smarter than the average kid, because the average kid doesn't know that. All right, so writing that down. I'm going to ask you one right now, Austin. Ready? What is 152 over 999? Yeah, stop saying that. 26 over 99 was 26 repeated. Take a shot at it, Austin. You're going to surprise yourself. You are amazing. See, Austin, don't tell me you don't know something. If you don't know something, that means you're what? You're not paying attention. That's what that means. 152 repeating. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, now I'm going to show you something really tricky. So come on, look up. Someone, maybe Maggie, what is 3/11? Wilson?
0.33.
No, there's no 9 at the bottom. Lila? Don't let Maggie tell us all the answers today. This is embarrassing. Uh-oh, Mikey has been quiet today. Why don't you tell us, Mikey?
0.35.
Stop with that, Mikey, not 0.3. Oh, Sophia's going to give it a shot.
0.27.
You are amazing, girl. Yay. Did you know that? Of course you did.
I don't understand that.
I know you don't, because she's going to explain it. I'm super proud of you. That's amazing. Tell me what to do.
So you do 11 times 9 and then 3 times 9.
Yay, because that's the same as 27 over 99, which is the same as 0.27 repeated. That makes you brilliant. That makes you brilliant. Come on, you can know those. Those are some numbers, really good numbers to know. If you know those numbers, life is much easier in this chapter. If you don't know those things, it's boring to do the division. It's super boring to do the division. All right? Yes.
I'm confused about how you want the 20 to like repeat it.
Because it's 27 over 99,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
right? Uh-oh, Clifton.
How would you do 9? Like, how would you get rid of 9?
Well, because we know the pattern for something that's over 9 or over 99 or over 999. So she said, wow, we've been talking about patterns of 9, so I'm just going to multiply this by 9. And I'm going to multiply this by 9. So that became 27 over 99, which means it was 0.27 repeated. How's that? All right. So that's enough for me right now. So now we're going to go back to the problems. All right. If you're like, man, that was a whole lot of information, I'm on overload. It's all right. All right. That's what we're going to practice. You got to do the work. You got to practice, You got to ask me questions when you don't know something. That's how you get better. All right, there's no reason to sit there and not know something and not try. All right, that's why I'm fussing at some of you. Pay attention, focus in, right, Kelvy? We got to focus in 100% of the time. Here we go. So let's knock this out now. I feel good about that lesson today. Here we go. So everybody can tell me what 3/5 is now. 3/5 is obviously what? 0.6. Now, if you're sitting there going, man, I'm already lost, it's just problem number one, you just speak up. Anybody have a problem with 0.6? Because we made it 6 out of 10. We just multiplied by 2. Multiplied by 2. You with me on that?
Yeah.
So that's 6 out of 10. All right. Now, for those of you guys who took solid notes, what's 5/8? What's 5/8, Lila? Thank you.
0.625.
You are amazing. 0.625. If you didn't take good notes, you have to now do the what? You have to do the division. So we're going to work on the division right now. And you can skip down to problem number 4 if you want. I don't mean to be bouncing around, but that's going to happen today. All right. So here we go. We're going to go 8 on the outside, 5 on the inside, decimal 0. Don't forget to bring up the decimal. So how many times does 8 go into 50? 6 times. That becomes a 48, right? When I subtract, I get a 2, add a 0, bring down a 0. 8 goes into 20 how many times? 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract, bring down a 0. How many times does 8 go into 40? 5 times. Now, does everybody understand how I got 0.625? It's a common problem. All right, if you learn that quickly, then you don't have to do all that division. I hated doing the division, hated it. All right, so I try to remember the little facts. All right, is everybody good with that? All right, here we go. Let's check out number 5. 2/3. Everybody knows 2/3 is what? Jake,
Points, -26 repeating.
you are amazing. How did you know that?
Because 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 2 is 6.
Yes, thank you for listening, sir. So everybody puts on their paper right next to number 5, 2/3 times 3 times 3, -6/9. And he learned from that it must be -0.6 repeating. All right, that's what I want you to know. Thank you. All right, yes, ma'am.
Do you just times the top number by the bottom number?
No, no. You just have to tell me what times 3 is 9, kiddo. 3. That's how I knew, because I'm trying to make it out of 9. You with me on this?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm confused on like why you chose to times it by 3. Is it because you know that 3 times 3 equals 9?
And then we know what 9 is.
Okay.
Just like I want the denominator to always be a 9 or a what? Or some kind of a 10. And we even now know how to handle 11 also. True?
Yeah.
All right.
So like you just
Good
did
for
that.
you. Say it again.
You just did that.
Yeah, not a random. You're trying to make it 9. All right, or 99. You with me on this? All right, good. Come on, that's what you do, okay? You ask something. All right, now why is 2 boring? Because I don't have anything special for you. I have to do the what? I have to do the division, and I hate it. So come on, I want everybody to do the division on 5 divided by 16. And if you can get 5 divided by 16, then you can get them what? You can get them all. So everybody's trying 5 divided by 16 right now. And I'm going to put it at the bottom of my screen, 5 divided by 16. Come on, keep trying. Do the division. As soon as you have it, raise your hand and tell me the answer. You know? 0. What? 0.31. 0.32.
0.31
Pretty impressed, buddy. That was pretty fast. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's correct. But we're gonna find out right now. How many times does 16 go into 50? Tell me.
Me?
Yes,
All right, so I said it went to 3 times.
3 times. So everybody's putting a 3 down. Now you have to tell me what's 3 times 16.
And then, so I'm subtracting that 3 times 16 is 48.
Notice 48, 48. And then I do what?
Then you subtract that, what you get 2, then you.
Now, do I really have to add a 0 up to the top again? That's like 4th grade. We don't do that anymore. We just know there's a 0 up there, right?
Yes,
So I can just pull down a 0, right?
and then I can only run it once.
Once. And then that's going to be a
So I multiply 1 times 16, which is about 4.
16, and then subtracted and got a what?
I got
4.
And then you add another 0.
Add another 0.
40.
So then 16 goes into 40
Add it twice in a row.
twice.
Then I got 32.
Beautiful.
And then
Subtract.
I got 8, add a 0, 80,
And then 16 goes into 80.
5 times.
Pat yourself on the back. I really appreciate that. All right. Really, really good. Really good. As a matter of fact, that was so good. Because you did so good, you get some Skittles.
Thank you.
Just you, nobody else.
Thank you.
Just kidding, guys. This was for how good you did on your test. All right. Now you got to be able to catch, though. Some of you can't catch. All right. Kelby, I know you can't catch. Max, will you catch his for him? There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nora, who else didn't get one? There you go. All right, everybody gets a Skittle today. Did you get one? Oh, one hat. Did you take notes on that, Kelby? How do you catch? There you go. Austin, if this hits you in the eye, don't cry to your mom because you got a black eye from your teacher. That'll, all right. Oh, sorry, a little short. Oh, look at this one. Lifting. Oh, sorry. All right, guys. All right, enjoy. All right, let's get the rest of this done. I hated division. We got to perk up a little bit here. All right, so that's number 2. All right, let's check out number 3. Now, number 3 is really no work because we can make it out of what? What can I multiply by? 5. Now, if you're going, why is saying 5? Because remember, we want it out of 10 or out of 100 or something 9. All right, and then we know the answer, right? So here, if I multiply by 5, that gives me 15 over 100. So 15 over 100 is the same as what decimal? 0.15. And don't forget the negative. Is that good for you,
Yeah.
Austin? You good on that? All right, here we go. Let's check out number, did we already say number 5?
Yeah.
We already said that one. That was negative 0.6 repeating.
Yeah.
Let's look at number 6. Oh, this is why we learn. What? No, if I write it, then you know it's what? If I write something and you write something different, let's go with me. All right. No, you're right. 0.66 is the same as 0.6 repeating. No difference. All right. So now number 6, who's been thinking, right here. 7 repeated. Right. Don't forget the what though? Or the, yes, negative 0.7. Don't get sloppy now. All right. Now we're looking down here. Ugh. I hate this problem because I don't have any tricks for 11 divided by 13. Is everybody with me? So let's practice real quick. 13, 11, 0.0. All right, can someone tell me 13 goes into 110?
It goes into it,
Probably how many times? 8. Why do I think it's 8? Because there's an 8 over there on the other one. Does everybody see how we do that? Right? They want it to be close to make you do the work. So instead of guessing, we're going to say, I think it's 8. What? You got to listen to me. I promise you, I'm heading you in the right direction. So I'm going to put an 8. Now, what's 13 times 8? So if you don't know what 13 times 8 is, we know it's 104. All right? You agree with that? So now I put down 104. All right, and then I subtract, and that's going to give me a what? 6. Add a 0. Now, do I really have to say how many times 13 goes into 60? Is it more than 9 or less than 9? Less than 9. Is everybody with me? Yes? So is it less than or greater than? Austin, now you got to focus. I'm up here on the board. It's less than here, so I know this number is less than 9. So that means 0.89 in relationship to 11/13 is what? Greater than. All right, Austin, did you say equal? Listen, come on, that's because you're not focused in. Listen to me. Do you understand? And again, I appreciate you, Clifton, so much. I want to get to your question. So here, listen to me though. I'm asking you, how many times does 13 go into 60? And my teacher wanted me to do all the work. I'm like, I don't know how, I don't want to do all the work. I already know the answer. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you know the answer, stop working. Is it necessary for me to figure out how many times 13 goes into 60? No, because we know it's less than 9, right? And if we know it's less than 9, that means 0.89 is greater than 11/13. Clifton, did that make any sense yet? Or do you want me to show you? Yeah, watch. I think 13 goes into 60 4 times. I think it goes into 4 times. So I'm going to come over here and do 13 times 4, and that would be 52. Do you agree that's the right answer? So now I'm comparing 0.84 to 0.89. So 0.89 is what? Yeah, do you see that now, right? So what I'm trying to show you is I already knew that this number 4 was going to be less than this number 9. So I already knew that was going to be greater. Now, again, I know it's kind of a little, some of you are just wanting to put the numbers in. Go ahead, put the numbers in. But I'm really trying to help you to understand that you don't always have to show all the work to get the right answer. All right, let's take a look at number 9, guys. Now, this one's super nice because negative 0.23, we've done already a bunch. What is that decimal? Yes. And now everybody should be able to tell me what is 3/5 as a decimal? Negative 0.6. Now, this is where kids last year made a mistake. What do you think, Nora?
I think that the one for is greater.
But I want you to say,
I'm sorry, negative 2/3 is less than negative 3/5.
you are great. Right, because this number here is a 0, but this number here is a 6. Now we're talking about negatives, right? So the more negative, the smaller the number. Right, is that good for everybody? All right, I think that's really important. All right, let's look over here. Now this one I don't have to do any work on because we know one's negative and one is what? So what has to be true? The positive is what? But we still say negative 0.21 is? Thank you, less than. All right, so now I'm going to slow down for 1 second and ask anybody who has a question. Now's your time, go. Good. Because remember, we multiplied it by 3, and that became negative 6/9. And then that became negative 0.6 repeating. How did I get the what? Because we know 6/9 is 6 repeating.
And why wouldn't the 9 be negative?
Why would the 9? Well, the negative's out in front. It doesn't matter if it's on the top, the middle, or the bottom. There's just one negative. Okay. All right. I appreciate you asking me today. That's what you need to do every day, and it's going to get better. All right. You got to speak up for yourself. No one else is. All right. I wish everyone would do that. Okay. So now, here we go. 9 out of 15. Can anybody see I can reduce that, right? I can divide by what?
3.
So what's 9/15 reduced to? Yes. Right, look how easy that is now. And what's 3/5 as a decimal? Negative 0.6 compared to negative 0.61. Austin, you with me still? So remember, that's a 0. So now negative 0.60 is what? Tell me. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Is greater. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's look here. Somebody tell me what 3/4 is from earlier in the day. Tell me, hold up. Kelvy, what's 3/4?
3/4 is.
What decimal? You got 3/4 in your hand. How much money you got?
20.
There you go, buddy. That's what that is. Now, Kelvy, what's 7/9?
And that'd be 70.
You're awesome. Thank you for listening today. Okay, so now what can you tell me about 0.75 compared to 0.7 repeated?
3/4 is greater.
I knew you were going to say that. You forgot to put a what at the,
So
now you see, right?
is less.
Yeah, you see how sneaky they try to be. All right, you see how sneaky they're trying to be, right? What time's the bell ring, guys?
In 2 minutes.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna have to put a pause on this work. All right, we have, listen, guess how much homework we have? None. All right, tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish up this section. Tomorrow, we're gonna finish up this section. Is everybody hearing me? All right, I think you guys were great today. All right, but I want you to think about all the fractions that we talked about and how you're supposed to know fractions and decimals. When you come in tomorrow, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about, for example, Austin, what is 2/9? What decimal is 2/9? Say it. Yes, very good, very good. Bless you. All right, guys, very good. Aiden, you have a great day. Did you hear me say no homework, right? We're gonna finish this lesson up tomorrow, okay?
I heard you.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Have a great day, man. Hope to see you soon.
Bye.